Forbidden Planet, Robby the Robot, and the classic robot from science fiction. Hi, I'm Gary Lovisi, and this time we're going to look at Forbidden Planet, Robby the Robot, and talk a little bit about the book and the movie. The movie came out in 1956 from MGM, and it was kind of based on Shakespeare's The Tempest. A giant id monster creature from a long ago lost race on the planet Altair 4 has killed all the inhabitants except for Dr. Mobius and his daughter. Dr. Mobius is played by Walter Pidgeon. His daughter is the charming and lovely blonde beauty Anne Francis, who would later thrill a lot of audiences in the 60s as Honey West. But at this time, Anne Francis was younger, and she's playing a teenage girl, Dr. Mobius's daughter. And coming to the planet are is a spaceship with some people from Earth who are checking out the planet to see if there's any survivors. And of course, there's only the 2 survivors. And the interesting thing is, like, Leslie Nielsen is the commander. And Leslie Nielsen, he was a straight, serious actor at this time, before he went into the Naked Gun movies and stuff like that in the 80s, where he was like a great comedy talent. Who knew at that time? But early Leslie Nielsen and Walter Pidgeon and Anne Francis. And Robby the Robot was created for the movie, and it cost $125,000, which in those days was unbelievably expensive. Interesting, there was a hardcover book that was published, the first edition hardcover, and then there were some paperbacks. And the first paperback was, let me just get my glasses, was Forbidden Planet by W.J. Stewart. Now, the interesting thing is that W.J. Stewart was a mystery novelist, Philip MacDonald, so he wrote this under pseudonym. And here's the first paperback printing of Forbidden Planet with Robby the Robot on the cover, the back cover, Altair 4, which was actually was a name of a really cool science fiction bookstore in Los Angeles that I used to go to years ago, and they had some great stuff. So Altair 4. The British edition, which is pretty tough to find. Oh, and this is from March 1956. And then the British edition is a Corgi book, number 1443, and that is from also 1956. And it just uses a different kind of image of Robby. Kind of really nice. Both of these books are pretty scarce, pretty hard to find in nice condition. It's interesting that on the back cover, the back cover is kind of the same. It's very similar. And it's the Bantam book, the Bantam logo, Corgi books with the Corgi dog logo. And as far as I know, there's one more in the vintage era, and this is from October 1967, and it's Paperback Library, 1967. So there you have the 3 paperback editions of Forbidden Planet. As far as I know, from the vintage era, there has to be some more recent ones, but I'm not aware of those. But these are the vintage ones from the 50s and 60s. The other thing is that I got my big Robby and my little Robby over here. And this is a Hallmark tree ornament, where you can see he has the little circular thing here where you can hang him from the tree, the Christmas tree. Actually, he fell over and I broke the other corresponding doodad on here. But it's a really cool little robot. I like robots, and it's got a lot of talk to it, so I'm just going to let it.
Quiet, please. I am analyzing.
has a few voices from the movie from Robby. It's pretty cool.
Can I be of service, sir?
I don't know how many there are.
For your convenience, I am monitored to respond to the name Robby.
Robby. And I'll see if there's one more.
A genuine privilege, Commander.
I think that's it. They repeat.
Quiet, please. I am analyzing. And what is it you require this time?
They're doing it.
Welcome to Altair 4, gentlemen.
And that's the
Hallmark.
the Hallmark Ornament. Very cool, very nice. And I'm going to move these books up a little bit, and I'm going to show you another Robby the Robot from Forbidden Planet. And comes in this really nice box with all the amazing stuff on it. The design, light and sound. And now I'm going to take him out. I'll put this over here. And we're going to take a look at Robby the Robot. And this is a cool one. You have the button over here where you can press it, and it gives you certain certain voices that words that he says. So we're going to press some of them now. It's that eerie Altair 4 music, which is really cool science fiction music.
Welcome to Altair 4, gentlemen. I am to transport you to the residence. For your convenience, I am monitored to respond to the name Robby.
Very cool robot, big size, really nice.
Welcome to Altair 4, gentlemen. I am to transport you to the residence.
Now, the interesting thing about this is that there's a button on the back, which I'm going to turn on, and now Robby gets a little walkie-talkie. How cool is that? As long as he doesn't fall off the table.
Welcome to Altair 4, gentlemen. I am to transport you to the residence. For your convenience, I am monitored to respond to the name Robby. Welcome to Altair 4, gentlemen. I am to transport you to the residence. For your convenience, I am monitored to respond to the name Robby.
All right, Robby.
All right, Robby, that's enough. Got
Enough of you.
we got Big Robby and Little Robby over here, and you know, Robby the Robot. He's really cool. Forbidden Planet was a great science fiction movie. It was one of the first science fiction movies that had an actual budget, rather than be a B or a C Hollywood movie. They actually spent some money to try to make it something that was interesting and real science fiction. It actually had real special effects. It had a robot that they spent $125,000 to create, which was also, Robby was in other movies later on, and he was in Lost in Space. He's the famous Lost in Space robot that was in the 60s, so from that TV show. So, Forbidden Planet is a iconic science fiction movie based on Shakespeare's The Tempest, which has a lot of interesting elements to it, but also it's best known, I guess, for Robby the Robot, and that was a really cool a new kind of special effects that they had for this movie. There were other robots before. There was the female robot in Metropolis, Fritz Lang's in the 1920s, a silent movie, and there was also the robot from Rur, R-U-R, that Rostrom's Universal Robots was where the term robot came from. So there were earlier robots and various mechanical golem-type creatures that were made by mad scientists and all. But Robby was the first really, one of the first science fiction ones, early on, 1956 from that film, and classic. So Robby's going to say goodbye, I think.
Can I be of service, sir? For your convenience, I am monitored to respond to the name Robby.
Okay, Robby, say goodbye, and I hope you guys enjoyed this look at the couple of little robot toys and the 3 original Forbidden Planet paperbacks. And if you did, give us a thumbs up. I know a lot of people love this movie, and a lot of people love robots in general, but also Robby. So let us know what you think, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for looking.